All right, good morning. Hi, thank you for joining me this morning. Um, I am really excited to be with you all this morning. Mother's Day is a little bit bittersweet this year because a lot of us can't be with our family as we might normally be. So it's a little bittersweet. Um, so What I'd like to focus on this morning is the idea of letting go of things that we don't need. And that's both in general in our lives and our thoughts and, of course, our speech, and especially how that's going to affect our practice today. Giving you some time at the beginning to really reflect on what you need to bring with you, to have with you for these next 75 minutes, what you need and what you can let go of. So to get started, let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat, knowing that we're going to be here for a few minutes. So if you have a cushion that you use, the edge of a blanket, whatever is comfortable for you. Allow your legs and your hips to be very heavy and let your hands fall wherever is comfortable. It can be palms up in a mudra, palms down, resting in your lap. For these purposes, it only matters that you're comfortable. So as your hips grow heavier and weight you towards the earth, allow your spine to lift tall and long, the shoulder blades dropping and drawing together, the neck growing nice and long. And then let your chin become parallel to the ground so that you're not reaching up too high with it or reaching down too far. It's as though the front and the back of your neck are fairly equal. Allow your eyes to close or grow very heavy. Allow your breath to grow very slow and rhythmical, without really working too hard to alter your breath just yet. Just let the breath be deep and begin to breathe into the belly. Allowing the belly to grow round on the inhale, and with the exhale, we draw the belly button back. Our relationship with our mother or our mother figure or Mother Earth is very complicated. At the root, it's a very important relationship. But oftentimes we allow that relationship to become clouded with a lot of petty things and things that are not that important that cloud just how good and deep the relationship can be. So it is important to let go of the small things and to let go of what you don't need. So for now, as we're allowing our breath to grow deeper and more rhythmical, we begin to let go of any extra movement. Focusing at the breath, allowing the breath to expand the ribs and the belly. And with the exhale, the ribs draw together, the belly button draws back. And continue with this breath, allowing the body to quiet. There is no movement right now that you need beyond the movement of your breath. And you're going to feel the breath getting bigger but softer as your body relaxes and the breath becomes easier. And perhaps we draw the breath all the way up towards the collarbones so that the inhale inflates the belly, expands the ribs, and draws the breath up under the collarbones. And with the exhale, the chest relaxes down, the ribs draw together, and we begin to draw the belly button back with a little more intention, helping us stay seated. So today we are going to focus on letting go of what we don't need and holding on to what is important or necessary. Yoga is about stripping away layers of yourself to get to the innermost you, to get to the real essence that is you. And as you begin to grow more comfortable, you extend this out to your relationships. The deeper the relationship, the more likely we are to cloud it with little petty annoying things. So it's true that we need to get rid of things that we don't need for ourselves and within our relationships to be healthier. Feeling the stillness from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. As you move your focus through your body, notice any places that might require a bit of attention, or any places that might already feel very easy and open. You don't have to move right now. How deep can you let go? Allow any frantic or misplaced energy to release. As you come across any energy that doesn't belong, that isn't necessary, focus the breath there for a moment and just let that energy release, let it dissipate. Begin to work through the layers swirling around in your brain. And you'll notice as your breath becomes deeper and more rhythmical that the mind calms. Release anything in your mind that is not necessary for your practice. You feel safe and comfortable. Your thoughts are clearing. Your breath is calming. The body grows heavier. Begin to focus directly at your breath, however you experience that, whether it's your body expanding and releasing. Perhaps you feel the cool air of the inhale, the warmer air of the exhale. Perhaps you spot your air, your breath somewhere in your body. Wherever you experience your breath, bring your focus there. And begin to release the meditation. Continue with that good 3-part breath. And as you're ready, go ahead and rub your hands together strongly, letting your hands grow nice and warm. And when they feel nice and hot, bring the heels of your hands to the bones directly under your eyes and cup your eyes, putting your fingers on your forehead. Your thumbs kind of cup around the edges of your eyes, and let the warmth of your hands seep into your eyes, feeling all the little muscles releasing, the eyes growing heavier. Then go ahead and rub the hands together again. And bring the hands back to your eyes, cupping the eyes nicely. And you can even lean your head gently into your hands. Allowing that good deep breath to continue to flow. As you're ready, releasing the hands down. And you can let your eyes stay closed, or you can let them just open gently whenever you're ready. Move as much as you can without having your eyes opened or fully focused. Go ahead and switch your legs so that whatever leg is in front is in behind, because we're going to be sitting here for a few more minutes. And then regain your seat. Let your hips be heavy and get nice and tall. Release your arms down to your sides, palms up, and inhale. Stretch the arms up. Your gaze can lift at the top. Exhale. Press the air down. Let your chin come to neutral. Inhale. Arms up slowly. At the top, the exhale begins. We press the air down. Good. Slowing down a little, inhaling the arms up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Let the sides get long. 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And as you exhale, twist to the left. So the right hand comes to the left thigh. The left arm is behind you. Inhale, press into the hips, get nice and tall. And as you exhale, begin to twist from the waist. With your next inhale, check in with your shoulders. Draw the right shoulder back as much as you need to. And with the exhale, continue to draw the belly button back. Your head goes wherever is comfortable. So your gaze can be over your right shoulder or over your left, or even at neutral. Continue to draw the shoulder blades together. Grow taller with the inhale. Taking several more breaths, imagining the spine as a washcloth that's being wrung out. And the exhale really holds us in place. On your next inhale, go ahead and unwind and stretch your arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to right thigh, right arm behind you. Press into the hand and the hips with the inhale and begin to twist with the exhale. Remember, the head comes to wherever is comfortable for you. And you use the exhales to really, really twist in a little bit deeper. Twists are a very important part of letting go of things you don't need. They are emotionally cleansing. They help to release some of the stale energy in the spine. And of course, twists help the digestion a lot. So it's cleansing for the body, letting go of all kinds of things you don't need. With an inhale, come back to center, stretching the arms up. Let your gaze be up gently, not torquing the head back too far. And as you're ready, bring the head to center and release the left hand to the floor. Inhale, stretch up with the right arm, and then stretch over, bending the elbow, the top elbow, so that the shoulder stays in a little bit better. And invite both shoulders to kind of move down a little bit, moving away. And if you gaze up under your elbow, which might be too much for some of us, so don't push it, I would also invite you to maybe open the chest a little bit more. Whatever you do, you can move that left hand away from you and maybe lean into the elbow a little more. But make sure that left hand is very supportive for you. Good. As you inhale, stretch the right arm up and then bring the left one up. Release the right hand to the floor. Inhale, stretch the left arm up and move over, tippy fingering the right hand away from you. And again, finding the comfortable place for your neck. If you do look up under your elbow, lean back a little bit, draw the shoulder blades together while keeping the legs heavy on the floor. And engage the core gently as you breathe. Keep that good deep breath flowing. Beautiful. Inhale, stretching up. And let's go ahead and exhale down. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And go ahead and bring your hands to your kneecaps and circle your legs in both directions. Press out through the balls of the feet. Bring the heels back, whatever works. Get some blood flow going. And then let your knees stay soft. And just draw the toes gently back towards you. They don't have to be locked out, but just have them gently engaged so the toes are all pointing upwards. With an inhale, stretch the arms up and lift up out of the hips. And as you exhale, come about halfway down to about where you feel the roundness begin. With your next inhale, stretch back up. And as you exhale, draw the belly button back, come about halfway down, gazes at your feet or ankles. Inhale up, and this time exhale down as far as you can comfortably go, keeping the knees soft. Release the arms down and let the back round, the chin move into the chest. Take a nice restorative forward bend. So let the legs stay soft. Let the back round gently at the top. Good. Go ahead and bring your fingertips to the floor. Press into them. Begin to straighten your back and inhale. Come up to seated. Pausing for a moment, letting the eyes stay closed. Releasing any effort with the legs, just letting them relax. Good. And press out through the balls of the foot and the heel. Maybe making circles with the ankles. Releasing any stuck energy in the legs. And then we're going to come to our backs. So go ahead and move whatever you may have been sitting on. And then however is easiest for you to make it down to the floor. Let your feet stay on the floor. Your knees are pointing up. And let your arms come down alongside of you. Now notice, is your chin pointing up in the air so that the front of your neck feels longer? And if that's the case, reach behind your head and tuck your chin in gently so that your chin is kind of pointing towards your chest. Bring your arms down alongside of you, shoulder blades together, and respect the natural curves of your back. So don't mash the low back into the mat, but let the spine be heavy. And then the feet are set up just a little bit away from your body. And if you have tight hips or a tight low back, walk your heels just roughly in line with the outer edge of your hip. And if your low back is feeling good this morning, your heels should line up mid-glute, so with the middle of each bum. We're setting up for bridge. So press into the feet, and as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms up and back. Exhale, lowering the arms, lowering the hips. Inhale, press into the feet, stretch the hips up, stretch the arms up and back. Exhale, lower the arms, lowering the hips. Good. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, lowering down. Take 3 more of these at your pace. Moving slowly with the breath. Allowing your breath to dictate your movements, so that as you inhale, you start to lift, and as you exhale, you lower with control. And after you've done 3 more, let's come up one more time, but leave the arms down alongside of you. So press into the feet, lift the hips up, draw the shoulder blades together, clasping the hands under the tailbone. Stretch the arms long so that you're stretching your knuckles towards your feet. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Remember, the chin is towards the chest, so that as you're lifting up, you're bringing the chest and the chin closer together. Check in with your knees. Make sure that they're parallel. Good. Release the hands. Move the shoulder blades aside, and as you're ready, slowly make your way down. Excellent. Let's go ahead and draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a nice hug in. Take a few movements if it feels good. Moving the body gently, rolling maybe from side to side. Or maybe you take your hands on your knees and guide the legs away from you in circles. Take whatever little movements here feel good for you. And then drawing the knees back to center, squeezing in. Inhale, stretch the forehead up to the knees. Cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Reach for your feet or your shins, wherever you reach. And as you exhale, draw the knees in and release the head down. Breathing deeply, gentle hip opener that really stretches across the entire sacral area. It's really a nice stretch. And of course you can experiment with how much you can squeeze your knees in towards you. Breathe deeply, focusing only on what you need at this moment. The breath, and the focus. Not much else. On an inhale, release the arms down alongside of you and stretch the legs up in the air. As you exhale, let the spine grow heavy and the legs just kind of hang in there. You can press out through the feet a little bit if you'd like. We're not going to be here too long. This is just like legs up the wall without the wall. And when you're ready, exhale the knees to chest, squeezing in. And we're going to inhale the forehead to the knees, cross the right over the left, reach for your feet, ankles, shins, whatever you can grab, and draw everything in as you release the top of your body to the floor. Breathing deeply, letting the body grow heavier and heavier. The joints release into the stretch. We're avoiding holding tension. We definitely don't need tension. So we avoid holding on to any that we don't need. Take a nice big inhale, exhale completely. Release the feet and stretch the legs up in the air. Go ahead and bring the left foot to the floor with the knee pointing up and clasp your hands behind your hamstring. Let the knee stay soft. Press out through that right foot and just gently draw the leg closer to your body, maybe walking your hands up the leg, always supporting yourself at either the shin or the thigh, not the knee. You want your hands to be somewhere other than the knee. Breathe deeply, let the hips be heavy and nice and even on the floor. Good. And then bend your right knee, crossing the ankle over the left thigh. Take your right hand to your right thigh and press the knee away from you. So you're making a figure 4 with your legs. The thighs are not meeting. It's just the ankle crossed over over the thigh. And then as you're ready, reach for your left hamstring, bringing everything in. So your left shoulder and left knee are lined up with one another. You are pressing out gently through your feet, protects your knees, and you're drawing that left knee in. Now, if you can do this without having your body arch off of the mat, you can wrap your hands around your left shin, but only if you can stay comfortably on the floor. If you arch up, then just be kind to the rest of your body. Again, that's something we don't need. If you're arching way up and your chin is pointing up and you're bringing tension to your upper body, you don't need it. You don't need that tension. Let go of it. Go ahead and set the left foot on the floor. Inhale the right leg up. Bring the left leg up. Set the right foot on the floor. And bring your hands behind your left hamstring. Let that left knee stay a little bit soft. Press out through the heel gently, but continue to draw the leg in towards the body, stretching the back of the leg. Focusing on and breathing into any spots that feel particularly short. Good. And now when you're ready, bend that left knee, crossing the ankle over the right thigh. And take a couple of breaths to press that left knee away from the body, opening up the hip a little bit. And then go ahead and reach for your right hamstring, drawing that figure 4 setup in towards you. And again, making sure the position is comfortable for these breaths that we stay here. So if your body is arching up off of the mat, you might need to release a little bit. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. You're breathing deeply. Focus on what you need and allowing the body to stay heavy. Good. Go ahead and set that right foot on the floor. Stretch the left leg up and then the right. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Roll off to your right side and come up to your mat for cat-cow. So hands underneath shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, stretch from the collarbones to the tailbone. Exhale, rounding up. Inhale, stretching long. Exhale, rounding up. Move slowly and allow yourself to move with the breath. Good. Slow down. Take everything slowly. And then meet me here in neutral. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Stretch the right leg back on an inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly button in and get nice and strong. Good. And then step the right foot between your hands, coming up on your fingertips if you need to. Walk that left knee back gently. Good. Everybody looks good. Make sure you're stepping strongly into the right foot so that the knee is upright. And then as you're ready, inhale, stretching the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Make sure that right foot is strong and the hips are square. Take a nice big inhale, lifting the chest towards the hands. And as you exhale, twist over to the right, pressing the hands together. Moving your chest towards your hands. Good. Breathing deeply. Now make sure that you're bending into that front knee. Excellent. 3 more deep breaths. Again, twists help us release so much that we don't need. So it's a really good place to focus. Good. Go ahead and inhale back to center when you're ready. And before you release down, make sure you're strong. So you exhale down with control. Good. Good, really good. Stretch that right leg back. Wave it like a dog's tail. And then go ahead and bring that right knee to the floor. Same thing, other side. So if you look up and I'm not doing it, that just means that I'm watching you. But you should continue to follow my verbal cues. So go ahead and stretch that left leg back. And when you're ready, step it between your hands. Get set up. And as you're ready, inhale the arms up. Okay, good. Bring the hands together. Exhale to heart center. Really lean into that front knee and make sure that the foot is strong. Good. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly button back and make your twist. So bringing that right elbow over the left thigh. And then you press into the elbow and lift the chest towards the hands. Really good. Keep the belly firm. The more we can keep that core engaged. Good. Take a few more breaths. And with an inhale, make your way back to center. Stretch your arms up, make sure you have control, and then exhale. Good. Wave the legs around, releasing the hip. And then let's go ahead and tuck our toes under and take one down dog. Let's take one down dog. Come up on the balls of the feet, pacing out the legs, stretching, letting the hips move gently from side to side. Let this movement be yours so that you are, getting rid of any stagnant energy, anything that's stuck, anything that you don't need as we move into the slower part of our practice. So come up on the balls of your feet. Keep your core nice and firm. Bend the knees gently. And then inhale, stretch the legs straight. Good. Exhale, bend the knees again, keeping the core firm. Inhale down to hands and knees. Beautiful. And then find your props. Find whatever works as a bolster for you. So I'm going to use a couple of blankets. and a couple of pillows, and build your setup. We're going to move into a supported child's pose. So once you have everything set up, take off your glasses if you're wearing any. Come to hands and knees over your props, and then let your hips fall back to your heels. Spread your knees wide. Bring your setup in towards you, and then relax down. With all poses really, but most importantly in these long held poses, you need to make sure that you are comfortable. So take these first few moments, make sure that you have enough pillows, enough blankets. Turn your head gently to one side, and I'll remind you partway through to turn the other way. Let that breath flow deeply and rhythmically again. Allow yourself to become just entranced by the sound of your own breath. Let your breath carry you to a very quiet, heavy place where you can really open up and relax. Make sure that the hips are moving down towards the heels. And if the hips don't go towards the heels or support there comfortably, put something on your heels, a blanket or another pillow. The hips grow heavy. The spine is long and relaxed. Equal space between the vertebrae. And the head, neck, and shoulders should be very supported. If it feels like they're not completely supported, then it's hard for the rest of your body to relax. Keep the breath flowing rhythmically and deeply. The mind is blank or moving very slowly. And go ahead and gently pick your head up and slowly turn it to the other side. Moving slowly and comfortably, noticing if that small change changed anything else. If you needed maybe a pillow on this side to help support your head. Just make sure that you're comfortable. As we allow the breath to flow deeply and the mind to move slowly, if any thoughts come through the head, it happens, it's okay. There's no reason for judgment or to be upset. You just briefly examine each thought and let it move along the way. Letting an exhale blow it away, or just putting it to the back of your mind if it is something that needs to be dealt with later, which happens when we slow down. Sometimes we get all of these messages. And again, that's fine. That's no call for judgment. You just don't stay fixated on any thought. Allowing things to move as freely as they can. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. As you follow the breath back to the mat, be prepared to slowly transition. So bring your hands to the floor to either side of your setup. Press into the hands, straightening the arms, lifting the hips up. Now let your head just kind of fall towards the floor and maybe move the chin gently from side to side, making sure that there's no kinks in the neck. And then lifting the head up, take a couple of cat-cows, but moving very slowly and gently without needing to open the eyes. Let the exhale round you up, and the inhale stretch you long. And if it feels good to stretch one of your legs back and maybe move into the foot a little bit, take whatever movements here feel necessary without taking any extra movements. Good. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to go ahead and bring our backs towards our setups. So sitting up straight on your mat, you can have a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips if you would like the support. And then you're going to bring your feet to the floor and slowly roll back, remembering that the most important thing is that the head, neck, and shoulders are comfortably supported. And once you get to a comfortable place, go ahead and walk the feet towards one another and open the knees out. So we come into a diamond pattern. Now notice here, if you're comfortable, what you need to get more comfortable. Make sure that your head is not leaning off the edge of your setup. And if you need to bring a little something under your head to bring your chest in towards your chin, take something and put it under the head. Good. Now check in with the knees and hips. How does that feel? Do you need a little something to support the knees and the hips? You can use blankets, you can use pillows, you can use anything that's available. Place them under your thighs, even if you have to come up off of your setup to adjust the legs, and then lay back down. Double check again that the head, neck, and shoulders are comfortable, that the knees are supported, and that you are comfortable and supported enough that you can hold this. Yeah, make sure you take the time to be comfortable. Feeling the stillness from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, letting the arms lie somewhere that's comfortable, out to the side, on the belly, whatever is comfortable for you. How deeply can you let go? So much of letting go is letting go of information that we don't need right now. Make sure that you're comfortable, that you are well supported, and you feel safe. Allow all stray thoughts to move away from you. Directing the breath anywhere that you feel needs a little bit of extra. Directing the breath any place that still feels like it's not quite open. Breathing in, breathing out. releasing any energy that is misplaced. Working through the layers of what you do not need in this moment so that you can let go and totally relax. Growing heavier and heavier. Moving deeper and deeper. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Let yourself focus at your breath for a few moments before you take any movement. When you are ready, bring your hands to the outside of your legs and slowly assist the legs up so the feet are on the floor and the knees are pointing up. And then let your knees touch one another and your feet walk to about mat width apart so that you make kind of a tent shape with your legs. And just let all your muscles relax and rebound for a moment. Good. And then opening up the knees. Go ahead and stretch the legs long on the mat. And move the legs from side to side. And go ahead and move them in the other direction. Good. With as little movement as possible, go ahead and press yourself up just enough so that you can move your props and whatever you're using off of the mat. And then go ahead and come back down. And once you're laying on the mat, roll over to your belly. We're going to come into our half frog. So bringing the arms into a cactus position. The legs start out straight behind you. And your gaze is at the mat for the moment. You're going to go ahead and turn your head to the right, so you're resting on your left ear. And then roll onto that left hip gently, bending the right knee. Now the right knee stays on the floor so that the leg makes that 90-degree angle. You're pressing out just gently through the right foot as though you were stepping on the floor. Coming into our half frog. Good. Breathing deeply, feeling the belly pressing against the floor and the body relaxing with every exhale. How deep can you go? How much can you let go? The more that you can let that right hip relax, the flatter you become on the floor. And of course, if there's anything uncomfortable on that right knee or ankle or foot, you can put a small blanket or pillow underneath for support. And just breathe deeply here. Letting the breath really soften the edges, if there's any left. The breath allows you to grow heavier and heavier as you sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Relax the right leg straight down and bring your head to center. And leaving your thighs on the floor, you can bend your knees and let your legs, your lower legs, gently wave from side to side, moving really gently and slowly. Remembering we never want to move too quickly in or out of any position. Good. And when you're ready, release the legs down to the floor. Turn your head to face the left now, so you're resting on your right ear. And then bend the left knee, keeping it on the floor and letting the leg make that nice right angle. And trying to line it up so that the knee is directly out from the hip and the left foot is directly under the knee. The more you breathe, the deeper you breathe, the more rhythmically you breathe, the more that everything slows down for you. Becoming deeper and deeper, drawn down. The body grows heavier, the mind grows softer and relaxed. Remember to make sure you're comfortable, placing anything under your knee or ankle if needed, maybe your head. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Go ahead and straighten the left leg on the mat. Bring the head back to center. Make a pillow with your hands. And rock gently from side to side. And when you're ready, stretch your arms out in front of you and come back to a child's pose. Bring your hips to your heels and bring your forehead to the floor. And let your arms come to whatever position is comfortable for you. Making sure that your hips are comfortable. So if you come forward and your hips are way away from your heels, then bring something to your heels so that the hips relax back. Arms stretched down alongside of you or out in front of you, whatever's comfortable. And find that good deep breath again. Inhaling the entire torso round and exhale, letting everything relax. Good. With as little movement as possible, go ahead and come to your back and set up for Shavasana. So however you would like that to be for you. If you would like a pillow, blanket, something under your head for support, sometimes it's nice to roll up a towel or a blanket and put it under your neck for a little support. Maybe something under the knees. Whatever works. And of course, as you've done some of these slower moving poses, your blood pressure has dropped a little bit. So sometimes we start to get a little bit chilly. So maybe a blanket or a sweater is nice. And once you're comfortable, draw the shoulder blades together and the shoulders away from you. And roll the head gently from side to side. until the neck feels comfortable. When the head comes back to center, make sure that the chin is relaxed so that the back and the front of the neck are fairly equal. The hands can rest on your belly or flop out. And let there be some space between the knees. Good. The eyes close. The eyeballs grow heavier and heavier. And we ask the question again, how deep can you go? How much can you let go of? When so much of yoga is stripping away layers to get to ourselves, to get to our innermost selves, how much can you let go of while keeping the important stuff intact? So for the purposes of this Shavasana, you make sure that you're comfortable and well supported. The eyeballs are heavy. All the little muscles around the eyes are relaxed. The forehead is smooth. Jaw releases. So the head is heavy. The shoulders are away from the ears. The spine is long. We make sure that the low back and the glute muscles are soft. And we make sure that the head and neck are so supported that we can relax the rest of the spine. And as the hips grow heavier, the legs relax more. The feet are heavy, and they roll away from one another. You can feel the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the back of your hips, your glutes, and the back of your legs, especially your heels, pressing against the mat. And you feel heavy, as though you'd like to leave an imprint there. Letting the skin rest against the floor, the muscles rest against the skin, the bones rest against the muscles, and you let go of any effort. The breath returns to natural, and we let go to see how heavy can we go? How deep can you go? Inhale deeply and exhale completely. If you are comfortable here and have the time, I would invite you to stay in this Shavasana until you're satisfied for however long you have. If you need to wrap up with the end of class, begin to follow your breath back to the mat. The breath keeps us in the present moment. So when we follow the breath, even when we've been completely relaxed, the breath always brings us home. Notice if the body is calling for any movement. Maybe wiggle the head, wiggle the hands and feet. Take whatever movements you would like. And if you'd like to, take a nice long stretch from fingertips to toes. And then either bring the knees into the chest or set the feet on the floor and roll off to your side. Slowly making your way up to a seated position. Drawing the hands together at heart center, bowing our forehead towards our fingertips. As we take this final moment of our class this morning to check out the changes that our yoga practice brought us today. The differences in the mind, body, and breath. The calmness, the heaviness, the peace. The thing that's important to know is that this feeling, this moment, is always within us. We just have to take the moment to look and to let go of what we don't need. Taking this time to honor the teachers who laid the foundations of our knowledge, who walk the earth and teach and learn alongside of us, and of course those teachers yet to come. Happy Mother's Day to you and yours. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. The bright and shining light that resides within me and guides me on a daily basis honors the bright and shining light within each of you. Namaste.